Okay, so today we are going to be making your grandma's classic chicken salad meal. You may be asking yourself, why am I making a video to teach someone how to make chicken salad, the most redundant meal on the planet? I mean, nobody needs a recipe for that. You know why I know you're asking that? Because I myself just asked it, just now. So I am going to be making this with a Costco brand Kirkland rotisserie chicken, and it's been in the fridge for a couple of days, so you know these things can go very easily to waste, especially if you're not a family of 20 or whatever. I like to make chicken salad with rotisserie chicken because it's already cooked. All the hard work is done for you. That sizzling in the background is my own pasta dinner I'm going to be making on the side during this video, because when I cook, I like to cook for, you know, the occasion. What you're going to do is, I've got it started here, you're going to rip up, shit, I just spilled whatever the hell that was all over. Pick off pieces of this rotisserie chicken. So I start with the legs usually, but that's just because they're the easiest to just rip off of the body of the bird. Yes, believe it or not, this is a body. That's something you're going to have to come to terms with if you're eating chicken. So when you're doing this, if it is a day old, you're going to have to wrestle with that foul, congealed juice from the, you know, natural cooking juices that are so good and so tasty when they're not congealed from being cold. It is probably one of the worst things that you can experience, especially if it slaps onto the counter or touches you in any way. Peeling it off here, peel, peel, peel. You know, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to be able to figure that out. Make sure you're paying attention to whatever else is going on if you're like me and you're doing 50,000 things at once and have already burned part of your pasta because you haven't been paying attention. But it's fine because you'll eat anything. So, I mean, you're the captain of your own ship, so you just decide how much chicken salad you think you're going to eat. I don't do serving sizes and I don't follow recipes. I just make everything up as I go. It makes life much more interesting. If you have a dog, like I do, come here, jump into the camera. She won't do it, but it's fine. I gave her a piece of chicken. She's pretty cute. She deserves it. We all do. We all deserve a piece of chicken or, you know, food. That's really the bottom line, despite what some people may have you believe. So we're going in here and ripping it up. I'm not going to use all the breast because my partner in crime wants some of it to be left out because she doesn't like mayonnaise. My grandmother growing up used to make the world's best chicken salad. I'm sure we all have a grandma who makes the world's best chicken salad, or the world's best macaroni salad, or the world's best potato salad, these classic American staples that anybody could make with the blindfold around their eyes. But your grandmother makes them the best. Yes, mine was one of those, and chicken salad was her this. I am going to make a hodgepodge version of that chicken salad. She normally did grapes, celery, and if she had them, nuts. She wasn't nuts, but she wasn't nuts. And if you can't get the grapes open because you're inept and have been covered in chicken grease, use your teeth or phone a friend. Some people like to just throw their grapes in their hole, or sometimes I use raisin. I'm sure you guys love that you can't see what I'm doing at all, and it's just me talking to you. But I couldn't figure out how to set my smartphone up so that you'd be able to see it all, what with the layout of my kitchen. I like to cut them up. I cut them in half to get things started. I only have like a handful of grapes because I wasn't really thinking, which most of us do when we go to the grocery, you know. Even if I make a list, I rarely end up using it, so that's just life. But it's nice to make a list. It's nice to say you made a list. It's nice to put your glasses on and walk around the store like you looked at your list. Me, I do like to have that fruit in the chicken salad. Cut some of the fat from the mayonnaise and just give it a more refreshing flavor. I do, however, love mayonnaise, though I find recently it makes me sicker and sicker every time I eat it. But what we do, you know, beauty is pain and so is good taste. You know, if you want to eat something, You just gotta dive in and eat it, even if it gives you horrible heartburn or diarrhea or nausea or whatever it is. That's our duty as Americans. Oh, sugar. Okay, make sure to not overcook what you got going on the stove too, because I'm sort of wondering if I've done that. So I just like to throw everything in together. Once you got your chicken, if you're like me, you might want to just drain it a little, just to make sure. I got a little bit of water in the bowl earlier. I'm a sloppy chef, you know. I think that's what makes me down home. So mix that together, throw in my grapes, just throw everything in the bowl. That's really the goal, is that everything ends up in the bowl and thereby ends up in your mouth. So, Georgia, that's my dog. Her name is Georgia, otherwise known as baby dog, Georgie, Georgie butt, George. Let's see, Pooper go scooper. I'm also going to put a little bit of green onion because I don't have onion. So I'm just going to take some green onion here. This is what this is. It looks like a little leek, which I think is cute. Very sensible of it. So I'm going to throw it in here, the green onion. I've never put green onion in my chicken salad before, but I just thought, hey, what the heck. So there it is. It's in there. Make sure your chicken, by the way, is in bite-sized pieces if that wasn't obvious before. I'm also going to put a little bit of apple in it. Because I feel like I don't have enough grapes, and I really do like that fruity crunch. I need to get rid of this apple, first and foremost. It's been in the fridge for a hot minute now, and I feel like it could use a little break. If you don't know how to core an apple, I just cut off the two sides. This is the easiest way, I think, because it's easiest. If you're going to cut it anyway, just cut off the two sides around it, and then cut that bad boy off. Some people think that might waste it, but I think that whole center part is all hard anyway, so what the heck. There, it's done. Make sure you peel your sticker off because I've eaten one more than once. If you don't like the peel or the skin, obviously you're going to have to deal with that. It's your issue. Peel the apple. For those of you who do like the skin, like me, or are simply too lazy to peel it off and have no real sense of what's going on, when you put something in your mouth, just leave it on. If you know how to cut like a chef, more power to you. If you know how to cut, that's really all you need to know. It doesn't have to look fancy. It all tastes the same going down, regardless of what it looks like. That's a good life lesson to kind of remember. If somebody's bullying you at school, just know it all tastes the same going down. I guess I put a half an apple in there. That's what it seems like, so I put a half an apple in there. In terms of seasoning it, less is more. You start with less, and then you increase the amount that you have as you taste it, because if you start with more, you're going to get more, and if you don't like the more you have, you can't get rid of it afterwards. You just have to stomach it. Thought about putting cucumber in it, but I thought better, and I'm glad I did because that sounds nice. You should always try to think about things longer than a second. Oh, don't look into your mayonnaise jar. Stir it. They're Kensington's mayonnaise with 100% avocado oil. That's pretty good, 100%. Can't do better than that, I guess. Start with about that much. That's a real tablespoon, you know. And I'm gonna need more than that, of course. I lied to you. I don't start with that. And I do too. I'm also gonna put some salt and pepper on it. I'm probably not gonna go any further than that. Sometimes I'll get funky, and I'll put other things in. I'm a spice lover, so I tend to mix it up. If you've got big lumps of skin in there like that from the rotisserie, I'm gonna just cut it up and put it back in there. That may or may not be terrible. We'll see, but I can just always pick it out. But some of it comes off when you peel the chicken or break it apart. Use your own discretion there. Same thing with the apple skin. If you don't like it, skin it. Try not to misplace things. It's helpful. Clean as you go. That's one of the greatest lessons I ever learned in life. Not just in the kitchen. There's a lot of synonymous life lessons. Just try to clean as you go. So now that I got this going here, you can see it's got that sort of sliminess from the, well, that's probably not an attractive word. It's coated lightly with the mayonnaise. I'm going to take the pepper and the salt, not necessarily in that order. I just like to pour a little bit in my hand and then sprinkle it and then put it back in the thing. I went a little overboard this time with the amount that I wanted in my hand, but sometimes more comes out than you want it to, and you just have to try to put it back in and then throw the rest away and deal with it. That's another great life lesson. I'm out of the salt and pepper for my grinders, which is a really sad reality when you're too poor to go get the fancy salt and pepper from your grinder. So sometimes you can afford it, sometimes you can't. The grinder will always be there. I like a lot of pepper, so I'm gonna put a lot of pepper in there. So here we have it. I don't usually buy celery, so I never have celery to cut up in here. I am poor, so I try not to just buy things. If you boil the chicken, boil the whole breast. I like to boil it with salt and pepper, a little oil. If you have it in celery seed, that kind of tends to give you that flavor, seasons it real well. You can cut up the fruit, you can put walnuts in it, pine nuts in it, any nut in it. You can put anything in it, really. I mean, you're the one eating it. I think I'm pretty much done, so I'm gonna take a bite, tell you how it tastes. I think I need a little more mayonnaise. That's our first cooking show. Say hi to everybody, Georgia. Okay. She thinks you're food.